Hello and welcome back to the series on Sahi Pro. In the previous video, if you remember, I had shown you a workflow around testing the register page functionality on a website called as OpenCart, which is a dummy website which we have created for testing purpose. However, today I'm going to show you that if you have successfully installed Sahi Pro in your machine, your job as an automation tester to record the steps and convert it into code is going to be extremely simple. Now let me show you the power of Sahi Pro in action. Now, if you have successfully installed Sahi Pro, you will find the icon of Sahi Pro appear on your desktop screen such as this. Now, I want you to understand something. In this video, there is a detailed PDF which has been provided in which we have given a step-by-step procedure to install Sahi Pro irrespective of which operating system you are using. Hence, I have already installed Sahi Pro in my Windows machine, and if I now go and just double click on the icon like this, booting up procedure would start up, post which a very interesting piece of software is going to open up, which I'm just keeping on this side. And this, my dear friends, is the Sahi Pro Dashboard. Now, if you notice, there are many things here which we will be looking at it in great depth, but I want all of you to take your attention towards a button called as the editor. Upon clicking editor, it would open up a prompt for us to create our test cases. Now, I want you to understand how easy it is. First of all, I'm bringing up the 4 steps which I want to automate and create the script for, right? So all I'm going to do is, I'll take my cursor here to new and I'm going to click on scenario. Upon clicking on scenario, a new scenario opens up about which in depth I will be speaking. Anyways, I would just like to save this and I will just call this as maybe OpenCart. I'll just call it as OpenCart. In which case you can see the scenario's name is now OpenCart. Now, there are a few columns here: test case, keyword, argument 1, argument 2. All about this in great depth you will understand. Now, just follow along with me. First of all, let's go to this place called as my first test case. Here, I would just like to rename this with a suitable test case ID. Maybe I'll call it as test case 001. Next comes the description. Here, I would like to replace this with a suitable description of mine where I will say, okay, testing the register page functionality of OpenCart. Now, you can give any description you want. Now, I want you to understand and take your attention to this my function space. Now, this is where things get interesting. If you notice, my workflow has 4 steps. Now, these 4 steps in my eyes are 4 different functions. Wouldn't you agree? Each one is a function. Now, just see, upon recording the steps manually, how for each of these steps, Sahi Pro is going to create an individual function for me. Now, let's see it in action. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'll say my first function that I really want to perform, intuitively, not in coding, intuitively like how I speak English, I'm going to just tell, go to register page. That is the first step. Great. Second step that I want to perform is probably to create an account. Great. Next step that I want to do is basically to verify my account. Please understand, I'm writing it intuitively like how I speak English. And the last and final step that I want to do is to basically log out. This is what I want to do, isn't it? That's it. I'm going to save it again. Now, I would like to record steps for each of this. I would like Sahi Pro to record the steps which I'm going to do manually and convert it into code for me. Now, let's look at how to do this, okay? So, it's very simple. All you need to do is take the cursor and click on your test case ID, right click and just click on run/record. Upon doing that, a prompt is going to open up wherein few details it is going to ask. First of all, it is asking which browser do you want to use, and as you can see, automatically it has identified all the browsers in my computer, right? So I want it to be Chrome. So I'll just click on Chrome. That's great. Next, it is going to ask Android device, iOS device. These URLs, we leave it empty. I'll speak about this on a later part of the video. Anyways, there's something called as a start URL. And here, I have given the start URL as demoapps.testflowchart.com/OpenCart, which is my URL for the OpenCart website, which I have created, which you also can be using. All right. Now, if in case I were to click on run/record, please understand it is automatically going to open up Chrome. Step number 1. Go to the URL which I have provided, which is OpenCart. And very interestingly, it is going to open something called as a Sahi Controller, which I want you to notice here. As you can see, it is now asking me to give a name for the script. Okay, so I'll give a name for the script. Probably I'm going to call the script as test_register like this. Now I'm going to go here and click on record. And now I want Sahi Pro to record my first step, which is to go to the register page. Now, how do you go to the register page? Very simple. I need to click here and I need to click on register. And there you go. This is my register page. So my step 1 is over. The first function is over, which is to go to the register page, and hence I'm going to go here and I'm going to tell, please stop the recording. The moment I click on stop, you can see automatically it has generated a function which I am just highlighting like this for you. And in the function, you can see it has told, what is it supposed to do? Click and it is going to go to a link called as register. That's it. Go to register page function has got created. Wonderful. Now I'm just going to go and click on save. The moment I click on save, automatically Sahi Pro is going to go and take the next function from my scenario, and you can see it is saying, okay, the keyword that I see is create account. Now, do you want to create for that? Yes, definitely I want to. So I'll just click on OK. And now it is already recording. So I'll just go here and in create account, I will give the name as Rohit. I'll give the last name as maybe Ravinder. I will give the email as maybe bnm@gmail.com. And I'm going to give some dummy telephone number. All right. Let me just give some telephone number like this. It doesn't matter. Next password, I'm going to give it as Sahi@123. Again, Sahi@123. Great. And now I'm just going to go tick this box and I'm going to click on continue. That's it. This covers my steps of creating an account. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to stop the recording. In which case it has automatically created one function called as create account, where it is telling I'm going to set a value in the text box called as first name, and the value is Rohit. Last name is Ravinder. Email is this. Telephone is this. Great. But what if I want this function to be such a function to which I can pass data such as first name, last name, mobile number, email, etc. And the data which I pass, it should set. So can I convert this into a parameterized function where parameter implies the values that I'm going to pass? Yes, at a click of a button. Just take your cursor here and click on function parameters. And there you go, automatically it has converted the function into a parameterized function, as you can clearly see here. First name, last name, email, telephone, password, and whatever you pass as parameters will be now set as values in the respective text box. Great. You have absolutely written no code to do this. Now I'm just going to go and click on save. In which case automatically it is going to go to my scenario and pick the next keyword, and it's telling, hey, do you want to verify the account? I will be like, definitely. Now, how are we going to verify the account? It's very simple. I'll click on OK. Now, if you look here, the only way for me to verify the account is if a message called as your account has been created comes. So what if I need to check whether this message has appeared on the screen? Now, technical word for this could be an assertion. I want to insert an assertion which checks whether this message is there. First of all, I want to take this message from the screen. Now, how am I going to do that? That's very simple. All you need to do is click on control, right? And hover it on this sentence. The moment you do that, you can see it has fetched that value. Do you see that? Next, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this assert button. The moment I click on assert, you can see 3 assertions have come. First one is assert exists. Your account has been created. Next, is it visible? Next, is it equal to this message? So the message is this. Is it equal to this? Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of this, right? I'm just going to select all of this. So I'll just click here, Control A, and I'm saying append like this. That's it. It has now got appended. Now, if in case I were to go and do this, I'm just going to stop. If in case I were to stop, automatically it has created a verify account function where it is going to check whether this message is there, whether it exists, whether it is visible, and whether its value matches this. Wonderful, isn't it? Now, if you want, you can also make it as a function with parameters with just a click of a button. I hope you're able to understand. But I don't want this to be a function with parameters because this is the exact value which I need. So I will just go and click on save. Upon saving, there you go, a function is created and automatically it is like, hey, what about the next step of logging out? I'll be like, yes, let's record that. I'll click on OK. And now to log out, all I need to do is first take the cursor, click on continue. After clicking on continue, I need to now scroll down here and click on logout. And as you can see, if I do that, the account has got logged out. That's it. So now basically, if I now go and click on stop, it has now, you can see, continue and then finally clicking on logout. That is it. Great. So I will just click on save. Now automatically do you see both the browser closed down and the controller closed down, because my friends, all the 4 steps we have successfully done, and you can see out of all the 4 steps, this is the only step where we have a passing parameters, first name, last name, email, etc. I hope you're able to understand. Now it has recorded the steps and it has also created a script. Now if you want to know where the script is, if I double click on this test register, this is the entire code. That's it. The entire code is ready. Create account function is ready. Verify account function is ready. Logout function is ready. And of course, go to register page, which is our 4 steps. Now you may say, okay, Rohit, I want to run this and I want to see whether it really works. How do I run it? Very simple. Before running it, one thing that I would like to do is I would like to slightly go here and give a different email ID. Because think about it. If I run the test case with the same email ID, obviously email ID is unique and I cannot create 2 accounts with the same email ID. Hence, I will just call it as maybe pqr@gmail.com and I will just save it. Now, if you want to run this test case, all you need to do is click on playback like this. Everything is the same. The browser is Chrome. This is the start URL. Everything is the same. I'm just going to go and click on run here. Google Chrome will be opened. It is going to go to open cart. It is going to go to the register page. Upon going to the register page, it is going to fill the details. Upon filling the details, it is going to create an account. It is going to verify whether account has got created, and it is going to definitely scroll down finally and log out. As you can see, it perfectly works and it says that the test case has passed. Now, if you want to see whether the test case has passed, do you see a button called as logs? Just go click on logs, in which case it is going to give you a log here. And if you notice right now, basically, this is the one which I have conducted and it has definitely, you can see email pqr@gmail.com. It has successfully passed. Now that's great. Now, my dear friends, I hope this was an eye-opener for you as to how easy and intuitive it is to create automation scenarios using Sahi Pro. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We are going to deep dive into the world of Sahi Pro in the upcoming tutorials. Make sure to stay tuned and most importantly, practice this once from your end so that we can understand each other better in the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.